All right, here's a question for you. Just how much of a pushover are you anyway? Do you find yourself saying yes all the time? Yes to your boss, yes to the kids, even when you know you shouldn't? I know it's hard. I feel you on this one. I hate confrontation too. We're all busy, and hey, sometimes it's just easier to say yes. But we can help. Susan Newman is a social psychologist and the author of The Book of No. She recently sat down with our Mike Galanos to talk about just how we can all break the habit and just say no.
How do we turn the tide here? I guess it starts with changing the way we think. Give us some tips on that.
Have to change the way you look at what you're saying yes to. Think about who has first crack at you. Make a list of what are your real priorities. And I actually mean to write them down and say, okay, what's most important? My children, my job, my friends. And after you do that, talk about and think about your physical limits and your emotional limits. How much can you take? Set some boundaries for yourself. And then what I consider probably the biggest snag is give some control to other people. The more you're in control and the more you think, I can do this, nobody else can do it as well as I can, the more you're going to have to do.
All right, let's hit on, pardon me if I interrupt, I want to hit on a couple examples on, you just hit it, work and home with our children. Let's start at work. How are we going to say no to our boss? That's a tough one.
Oh, you're right. The boss is really tricky. And with the boss, you really want to get into more of a negotiation than a flat-out, no, I can't take on that project. But if you tell him what you have on your schedule, remind him of what he's given you, and ask him to put the priorities in a new order for you, you'll probably lose something and maybe get the new project. But he's seen that you're a great worker, you haven't really said no, but you haven't overloaded yourself.
All right, how about with the kids? Saying no to the kids, parenting, that's another difficult issue.
No to the kids is very hard because we want them happy. We don't want them miserable for a single second. We want to give them the competitive edge, so we let them take one more activity, which puts pressure on us. You actually do your children a service if you say no to them. They learn that they're what the real world is like. If they get everything they ask for, when they get out there, they're going to find out, well, what's wrong? I can't have everything I want. They're going to learn how to argue with you. Something you don't want them learning with a teacher or a friend. So there are really strong lessons for children when you say no, and one day they may thank you.
Yeah, lifelong lessons. Hey, we got about 15 seconds left, so calm our fears here. So if I begin to say no, I'm not going to turn into this selfish ogre, right?
Well, everybody thinks if you say no, 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 you're going to be a terrible monster, the no monster. But in actuality, what you are is you're saving yourself, giving yourself time to rejuvenate, and leaving yourself open to be able to help those friends who are in what I call your elite circle, and the family that you really want to take care of.
Great point.
Because if you've said yes to everybody else, you can't possibly have time left to help the people you really love and want to take care of.
Yeah, the ones that need you most. But saying no, basically, a good way to begin to take our life back. Susan Newman, author of The Book of No. We appreciate your time. Thanks.
Thank you.